Good.
There are resources available to help talk with your kids, including Daniella's full story, which is available at ksltv.com. Another resource is the tip line for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and that number is 1 800 The Lost or 1 800 843 5678. Joining me now in studio is KSL investigator Daniella Rivera, and I have to say, it's really difficult for me not to cry after hearing from that mom.
Yeah, I can tell you that I felt my eyes misting multiple times during that interview. It is absolutely heartbreaking. And, that was October will be 10 years. And you can just feel the loss is just as raw today. For her and how she wishes that she could have helped him. She didn't know what he was going through in those 5 days where he was being attacked by these people.
Just devastating. It's devastating to hear her story. The other devastating thing about your story is you're talking about thousands of kids. Thousands of kids. Oh, you would think by now kids would have gotten the word that, these aren't real people that you're talking to. They're not your friend.
Right. And it's something that, kids deserve to be made aware of. Kids deserve to know that there are people online trying to target them and ways in which those predators will act and things to look out for. And so we really, truly do hope that people will watch this story and use it to start that conversation with their kids, because how are they going to know what to look out for if they aren't made aware?
And things just keep changing so quickly with technology. So when you were doing the story, are you able to tell whether this is coming from one particular app or is it multiple platforms? Where is this mostly happening?
So I am told by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children that anywhere on the internet where kids are, so are the predators. And so, they refrain from singling out any application. I know that our local ICAC has received tips related to Snapchat, Instagram, Discord, all of those, in this example, it was the Kick app. All of those apps, anywhere children are online is susceptible. And what we've seen is that they'll maybe start on one app and try to move to another for discussion. And so sometimes these situations will involve multiple apps.
Do they ever actually catch the people behind these sextortion cases?
So a lot of these cases are coming from overseas. It's an international crime. If you Google sextortion and you look at the news tab on Google, you will see that there are some people here in the U.S. trying to do this. There's a big story about a middle schooler who was charged in a sextortion scheme. If you're doing this in the U.S., they can catch you very easily. You know what I mean? They are subpoenas.
Those overseas are
exactly.
just
It's when they're overseas that it becomes much more difficult. In Jake's case, he wired money to the Philippines. In the Weber County case that is currently under investigation, I am told that that was an overseas case as well, and they are working with a foreign government to try to hold those people accountable. But it's kind of like whack-a-mole, right? There are so many out there, and there's so many in perhaps countries that aren't going to be as helpful to us as we'd like them to be in bringing these people to justice, that we cannot solely rely on prosecution.
Right.
And truly the best weapon we have is awareness and information.
Okay, so have that conversation with your kids.
Absolutely.
Where can people get more information about how to do that?
Certainly. So KSLTV.com is where this story lives, and we've linked resources at the bottom. One of those is a free online video simulation that parents can do on their own or with their kids, and it kind of immerses you in this interactive video world, showing just how quickly sextortion happens and how it occurs. And it can really bring you into that very visual audio simulation to understand better. Both that is linked at the bottom of this story, as well as other resources where tips about this can be reported.
Great information. Thanks so much for being with me.